Now, when it comes to testing your skills on different trivia, different games, and things like that, competitions that you can enjoy, if you like that environment of fun family games, well, of course, you can battle it out with game show battle rooms. And they have multiple different locations in the area, one of them being Lombard. They're at 2820 South Highland Avenue, Unit A in Lombard. This is called Game Show Battle Rooms. And today we want to welcome to the stage here, we do have Adam, who's general manager, on the air with us today. Thanks so much for calling in on Zoom today.
Of course. Thanks for having me, Matt. Appreciate it.
Of course, absolutely. So, Adam, introduce yourself. You're the general manager of the Game Show Battle Rooms in Lombard. Tell us how you got interested in getting this position.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been with the company for about two and a half years at this point. Originally started off in Milwaukee. Milwaukee was the second location the company ever had. Started off as a host and producer, working game shows. Just kind of worked my way up, and now I'm assistant general manager. Now I'm general manager. Just recently got promoted from assistant general manager in the Lombard area. So
That's great. Awesome, awesome. And I got to say, I love the setup behind you as well. You're representing, and I love it. You've got you've got the wheel, you've got the screen, you've got the lights, you've got everything going on there too. So tell us a little bit, for folks who don't know, what is Game Show Battle Rooms?
Yeah, so game show battle rooms, if you've ever wanted to feel like you're on a game show, that's what we're all about. You come in with a group of minimum of 8 people, max of like 36 in one room. We can totally accommodate more per booking though. And you play on your own game show for an hour. Everything is facilitated by your own game show host and a technical producer who's running the lights, the sound, and the scoreboard. You're split up into 2 teams, a red team and a blue team. You get to name your teams as well as yourselves. You're given some fun, comically oversized name tags. Whichever team gets the most points at the end of 3 games, you win. You get crowned our Game Show Battle Rooms champions. You get to hoist up that large trophy right there. We take a picture and we put your photo up in the wall for everyone in the future to see.
Oh, that's so cool. And I'm sure you get a lot of fun, competitive folks out there that it really, they go all hardcore into it, I'm sure.
They can get pretty into it, Matt. I'll tell you.
Oh my goodness. Oh, the stories. That's fun. What's really great too is you offer different experiences for groups ranging from corporate team building to birthday parties and even bachelor and bachelorette parties too. So how do you adapt the games and hosting style to kind of fit each group and what they want?
Absolutely. So what I really love about our company is that we always make it a point to cater to the group. You know, you've had situations where you have like a kid's birthday party and you're just like, oh, trying to be like a lot more supportive, like if they get an incorrect answer and stuff like that, making sure that they're having a good time regardless of the group. But then afterwards you can get a group that is ready to buy some alcoholic beverages, needless to say, and maybe have a little more choice language than the previous one that you did. But it's always really fun just to be able to adapt to that and always just give the customer like the kind of experience in the show that they want.
Yeah, absolutely. That's important to do that, especially with such a cool experience like this. Now, each experience includes, I do believe, if I'm correct about this, is it 3 different game shows? Is that correct?
Yep, you'll play through a series of 3 different game show games. We have 2 different experiences you can choose from. We have our classic showdowns room, which is the one I'm standing in right now, or our primetime showdown, whichever one. 3 different games. In the classic showdowns room here, you'll play a game called Survey Battles. That's where we survey the nation. You try to guess the top 4 answers to survey questions. Then we play Spin and Solve, spin a giant wheel to solve some word puzzles. And then it all ends off with What's That Cost, a series of pricing games. But yeah, roughly around like 20 minutes per game. For groups of 8 to 19 people, it's going to be 60 minutes of game show time. 20 or more, we give you 75 minutes on the game clock just to make sure we can accommodate and get through everyone.
That's awesome. And what's really cool too is, and folks, I'll show this on the screen here on the website. I mean, the website's beautifully designed. You've got that beautiful video there too. And you embark on so much beautiful and exquisite, but also like there's just so much pop with the lights, and you know, you have kind of the subtle darkness of the room but those lights really illuminate the experience as well too. So I think that's really cool. Now, team building is a big focus for the game show battle room. So how have you seen businesses and coworkers benefit from this kind of immersive experience? I mean, that's a wide range question because you've probably seen so many, but generally speaking, how does it usually go when it comes to the team building? Do you find that people tend to maybe gravitate towards asking, kind of putting themselves into separate little groups, or I mean, I don't know, how does that usually work in particular? I've never been to a game show battle room before, so I've got to go.
Yeah, you got to come out. Hey, I'll toss you a little bit of something.
Cool.
Team building is a really fun aspect of what we do. It's really the main thing that we do. We have catered events available on the weekdays, but team building is it's a really fun sort of group to have, because it's these people who could potentially know each other like pretty well or not at all, and whatever it is, people come in and they're just able to compete as a group. It's this fun little element of just playful back and forth, because we got two teams. We're all having fun as one group, but there's a little bit of friendly competition in that, right? And then all of our games, we really make it so that even though if there's one primary person giving sort of an action, like delivering an answer or solving a puzzle, everyone is always conglomerately working together. So you're always working towards a common goal. So like if someone figures it out, the whole team figures it out.
Hmm.
Everyone gets to just have this really rock roaring good time. Even when we have like larger groups, some people get a little bit worried. They're just like, you can have like up to 36 in one room. Like, is everyone going to be able to get to play? Such a big aspect of that is just this is again working towards that common goal and just having fun and living in this nostalgic world, because like we've always wanted to be on game shows. I watched them ever since I was a kid, and it's super
Right.
fun to just be able to do it with a bunch of people, whether you know them or you don't super well. It's a really good time.
Yeah, I definitely love watching those game shows too. When I see the wheel, I think of Wheel of Fortune. I watch that a lot as well
Sure, yeah.
too, trying to guess those puzzles. But what's really cool, also, I really noticed, I noticed about game show battle rooms is the atmosphere feels very professional. Like you're actually on
Yeah.
like it's an actual like you're being filmed on TV. So I
Yeah.
think that that's a really cool element of it as well too.
Yeah, we really try to pride that. Like our tagline for our company is "You're in the game show," and we want to live up to that. We want to
Mhm.
make it feel like this is your childhood dream come true. So we really try to emphasize that.
That's awesome. Now, of course, you are open 7 days a week, which again must bring a lot of different range of guests. What usually is the busiest time that people tend to come in, whether it's the weekday or the weekends? Would you say the weekends are probably the more busier times?
Weekends always religiously packed. People
Yep.
want to come in. They've been working all week. They want to come in, relax with some friends. We do get a handful of like bookings during the week that are corporate team building.
Hmm.
And then during the winter, I think like you said at the top, our busiest time. Everyone wants to come in. They don't want to like be in the lame snow and salt outside.
Hmm.
So yeah, winter is always especially our biggest and busiest time.
Yep. Definitely go into a nice warm facility, but it's the game shows. So it's always a lot
Yeah.
of fun and energetic too. What's also really cool too is, if I'm correct about this, you also do offer virtual experiences. Is that correct?
We do actually. I recently actually just turned over the role of the virtual manager. I was the virtual manager for the company, but that is absolutely something we offer as well. It's a nice, born out of COVID, just
Hmm.
kind of the need to be able to connect with people, but it turned into a lot more. It's a really fun experience that you can do virtually. We curated games that we have for our in-person studio experience to work for virtual, and it's a really good time to connect remotely.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, I've noticed that a lot with different businesses and organizations, because of COVID, we had to go virtual, of course. But then, of course, when it started to die down, a lot of businesses said we're going to stick with it. I think that it's become very successful in many
Yeah.
different areas too. So that's great. Tell us a little bit here too. What's a favorite success story or most memorable moment that you've had, or just a memorable moment that you've had working at game show battle rooms?
Man, pointing to one in particular is hard.
Yeah.
I've done hundreds of shows at this point.
Hmm.
But I'll point to one, just something that comes up to the top of my head. There was a show that we had yesterday where we were working in our time rush games, which is a series of like 60-second skill-based time challenges, and there's this game where we're trying to bounce balls into a cup, and both players were insanely good at this game. But then at the end of it, one of the teams accidentally knocked over all their cups, which
Oh,
reset their score. Um, and I imagine this guy just felt bad, he's just like,
mhm.
oh, I just lost all my progress for my team. But I,
Yeah.
as the host, just wanted to take that moment because like they were doing incredibly well. And so I just said, can we just get a round of applause for both of these people? The fact that like both of them were just killing it so
Yeah.
hard. Just as a moment where it's like, uh, we want to have fun here, even if you mess up or like you lose a point for your team or anything like that. Still, you put in your effort
Mhm.
and you had a good time, and that's all that matters. And then so that's something that I think we always try to emphasize with contestants.
Absolutely. Now tell us a little bit here too. Are there any certain kind of rules or restrictions? So, like, can people bring in drinks? Are there kind of restrictions with that? How does that usually go about?
Yeah, so with our license, we wouldn't allow outside beverages,
Hmm.
but we do have a handful of options that you can get here.
Oh,
We have
nice.
like Cutwater canned cocktails. We have wine. We have like fruity nostalgic beverages as well. Like we have like alcoholic versions of like Sunny D, Arizona hard tea, Welch's, which are phenomenal, by the way. But yeah,
Nice.
a little bit. I mean, in not a ton of restriction. We recommend like 10 and up typically
Hmm.
for contestants, but we won't deny any younger. We'll
Hmm.
always try to make people play. We've had people who want to bring their toddlers, and we just if they want, we can absolutely incorporate them. Oh,
Hmm.
help you spin the wheel? Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fun. That's really cool. I got to ask here too, is there anything without any spoilers or anything that you might not be able to say, but is there anything coming up in the future that's in the works with game show battle rooms or anything new that you're testing out or even if not, what do you hope people can get out of this experience?
Yeah, so we are experimenting with a couple different kinds of content at the moment.
Okay.
We have, typically our content will change over every 2 months.
Hmm.
So, it's never, I always say it's never a rerun here. It is always a new episode. You'll have a new host, a new producer, new questions every 2 months. It's always a new experience. But since stepping outside of like our usual content cycle, we have a couple like custom content cycles where it's like, oh, we're working currently on one that's meant for Halloween season. So
Hmm.
if you got some people that are really into some spooky stuff, they want to come in and have a Halloween themed game show. That's something we're working on at the moment. We have Bachelor and Bachelorette themed content, things that are for maybe, let's say a later evening sort of show, if you kind of know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Um,
Yep.
yeah, yes, sir. And then we also have kids content as well that we've had for a while. So some easier questions, something that aren't like super like financially adult or like pop culture centric, things that are just accessible for people. So that's been really cool.
That is awesome. Well, Adam, thank you so much for joining us here today on the Zoom side of things here on YouTube and also on that AM 1410 dial. People are tuning in. And where can people find more information about game show battle rooms?
Absolutely. You're going to head on over to gameshowbattlerooms.com. You're going to find an FAQ. You're going to find our book now page. You can book directly on our website for up to 36 people. If you've got any more than that, we can account up to 72 in our building, or we have our mobile setup that can come out to you guys, which can scale up to 500 people. We are always able to say yes to people. But yeah, you can see our available time slots on there. We'll have about like 16 to 18 in a day. Any other information is on there as well. Otherwise, give us a call or send us an email and we can help you out there as well.
All right. Adam, thank you so much for joining us here today. I'm excited. I got to try this place out. This seems like a lot of fun. I've never done a game show like battle before, so I'd have to maybe kind of work on my skills when it comes to like trivia or
Well, yeah,
anything like that. But that sounds like a lot of fun. Adam, thanks so much for joining us today, and you have a wonderful, spectacular rest of your day.
likewise, Matt. You have a good one.
All
We'll see
right.
you.
Okay. Bye bye.